So you walk into a restaurant with a DoorDash order and there's another dasher already there. And within 5 seconds, you're already judging them and you already know exactly what type of driver they are. Oh, be honest, you do that too. You don't even have to even think about it. You just kind of know just by looking at other dashers. We all know because we've all seen them. These are the 5 types of dashers that make restaurant staff roll their eyes, make customers uncomfortable, and honestly, make the rest of us just look really bad. One of those dashers. And here's the uncomfortable part. At some point in some lobby on some bad day, you might have been one at some point. I hope not, but let's talk about it. Okay, so let's talk about the one that drives me absolutely crazy, and we're going to call this the phone shover. Walks in, doesn't make eye contact, doesn't say hello, doesn't even slow down, bullies his or her way through the crowd of people already waiting, straight to the counter, arm full extended in your face to an employee. The name is on the screen, no words are spoken, and just really. Now, I guess from a dasher's perspective, I guess they might be thinking they're efficient. Why waste the time and talk? Well, here's why. Because restaurant workers deal with dozens of delivery drivers every single day, and it's rude. And the ones who treat them like a pickup kiosk, not a person, get remembered. Not in a good way. Here's what good dashers do. You have your phone in your hand, you make eye contact, and you say, hey, I'm here for a DoorDash order for Betty. And then you wait, and that's it. That's the whole move. Literally takes 10 seconds. And what comes back, they grab your order faster because you've killed them with kindness. You're not one of those dashers, and they tell you the real wait time. They might even remember you the next time because you were so kind to them and you had it ready to tell them exactly the name that was on the order. The phone shover gets a bare minimum, and maybe their order might be waiting a little while longer. Okay, so type 2, the lobby camper. Order is not ready yet. We've all been there. But the lobby camper handles it a very specific way. They plant themselves directly in front of the counter, arms crossed, looking hostile, staring at the staff, sighing every 40 seconds. But they're really not saying anything, but their body language is saying everything. Look, I understand. You want them to know you're waiting. Believe me, they get it. You want to communicate urgently, but here's what you're actually communicating: pressure. Get my order to me now. It comes across as rude and entitled, and it doesn't make people go faster. It makes them resent you and have the opposite effect. The best move is to go in, tell the name of your customer, step back, lean against the wall, place something on your phone, check Facebook, do whatever you need to do, but don't be one of those dashers. When you need to check in, just do it once. Hey, just checking on my order for Betty. No rush, just looking for an ETA, and step back again. It's really that simple. The lobby camper gets their food slid across the counter in silence or slammed on a counter. But sometimes even the same wait time or longer wait time. Type number 3, hothead temper. Have you guys ever seen a dasher like lose their cool on a restaurant? I have several times, and it's not cool whatsoever. I get it. It's frustrating waiting for an order, but I never get why dashers take it out on a restaurant with their anger. Like literally going in and yelling at restaurants because their order still hasn't come out yet. I always say, kill people with kindness because it goes so much further than anything else in this world. Not only that, but they can't report you to DoorDash for being rude if you're kind to them. A lot of dashers don't also realize that, yes, merchants can report your behavior to DoorDash and you can also lose your account, especially when you're creating a hostile environment, such as yelling. My thing is there's always a way out, and yelling is never the right way of getting out of a situation, especially when it comes to DoorDash. Is DoorDash really worth it? Is an order that's going like 2 miles for $6 worth your energy? When you can worry free and assign and move on, or if you have a completion rate, you can cut your losses after like 2 minutes and move on. There are other means besides being this dasher. Okay. Number 4, the dasher who does not read leave at door notes and also does the obvious things wrong. First of all, I can't tell you how many times dashers don't even look at leave at door notes, and the customer clearly says leave outside door, and they still leave it at the front door and then wonder why they get a 1-star rating. Why do dashers put food directly in front of doors that swing out and the customer can't get their food, or they do swing out their door because they're not expecting it and their drink topples to the ground and there goes their drink? Common sense stuff. I had a picture once of a dasher who hung an order on the porch light. I don't get that either. A lot of times dashers just do the craziest things that just don't make sense. But it all circles back to a lot of times the customer's notes. They have them there for a reason. You need to pay attention to them, right? I don't get a lot of this that dashers do because a lot of this just takes seconds to understand or to be kind or to do. And you'll be like the best dasher ever and never get a 1-star rating. Okay, type 5. And this one, honestly, in my opinion, is the worst. The entitled dasher. The one that treats every restaurant employee like they work for DoorDash, which, by the way, they don't. They work for the restaurant. DoorDash is a tiny slice of their day, but this dasher walks in barking orders like they own the place. They get annoyed when food isn't ready. They demand drinks that the customer didn't order. They think they know everything, and they really know nothing. They snap their fingers at the hostess. Oh my God, that would drive me crazy, and I think it's the rudest thing ever. When she asks to confirm the name, acts like they're the main character and everyone else is the extra, like there's not 5 other dashers waiting as well. Here's the truth. Restaurant workers are not your employees. They don't even work for DoorDash. They're not beneath you. And frankly, they have more power over your shift than you actually really think. On top of that, there are other dashers around you as well. You are not better than another dasher standing beside you. But the restaurant, they decide how fast your order gets bagged. They decide whether to warn you about a 45-minute wait instead of just letting you sit there and wonder when their order is ready. They let you find out the hard way. They decide whether to hook you up or ice you out. Honestly, the fix is simple. Just be a decent human being and a decent person. Learn your restaurant names and learn the names of the employees that work there. Ask how their day is going. Start up small talk. Say thank you every single time, or hey, I'll see you later. If they're slammed and your order isn't ready, tell them no worries, I'll be right over here waiting. That's not a strategy. That's not a hack. It's just being cool, but in a respectful, kind way. Instead of being transactional and cold towards the restaurant, it's not worth it. Kindness and respect gets remembered. You don't want to be remembered the other way around because eventually it might come and bite you in the butt. Now here's the part that stings a little bit. So I want you to think about your last 20 dashes. Really think. Have you ever just walked into a restaurant and just held out your phone without saying anything ever once? Have you ever stood at a counter staring at the staff because you're just tired of waiting and you're frustrated and you want to go home? Have you ever delivered and never read the leave at door notes, or didn't pay attention to the door and just dropped it right in front of a screen door that just swings out? Have you ever walked through somebody's lawn because it was the shortest path? Oh, that's a good way to get a 1-star. Have you ever been short with a restaurant worker because you were having a bad day? Or have you ever thought that your order should be first no matter what, despite anything else going on in the restaurant or other Dashers around you. Maybe not all five, but at least one. Maybe on a wrong day, at a wrong restaurant, when you were tired, when you were frustrated, when you were hungry, hangry, when you were behind on bills. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you bad in the situations that you're putting restaurant workers in and the way you do DoorDash. Now that you're aware of how it looks and maybe the other side of things, maybe all Dashers should be aware of how they approach restaurants, customers, and how they work the DoorDash app. Just a thought. Kill people with kindness. And hopefully this shed some light on some of the worst Dashers out there. I know we've probably all experienced them at some point. I know we probably all also have our own pet peeves. But if you're looking for the next DoorDash video to watch, this one is up next. I'll see you over there.